Let's talk about building people up and encouraging our team that it's not just about the vision. Let's talk about Trump. So there was an interview with Trump recently on News Nation that actually aired on Tuesday, and this was his quote. "Well, I think if they win, I should get all the credit," Trump said in an interview. "And if they lose, I should not be blamed for it at all. But it will probably be just the opposite." Dr. Rod, if we win, it's all because of me. If we lose, it's all your fault. What's your take?
Okay to think it, not so good to say it. No, look, I think as leaders, yep, we can take some accolades when we get things right. When things don't go so well, we should just bear it. That's part of being a good leader.
Yeah.
And not only that, you should support your people.
Yes.
One aspect about being a good leader is you go in and defend your people.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important to do that. Now, I've done that at personal cost to me. In fact, I made a decision once that I'd have to leave a job because I was then working for someone who was the owner of a business. I was running the business, but I was running it on their behalf. And I made a decision which was clearly a decision to protect staff. I defended staff, but that, of course, brought me the ire of the owner. But I thought, no, look, part of my role as a leader is to, as it were, to stick up to defend my staff,
mm-hmm.
which I did at personal cost to me, and I did eventually leave that job. But sometimes that will happen. But look, I think in general, when I read that quote and when we were talking prior to coming on air, I searched for that quote and I found it. It seems to be a direct quote from President Trump. And by the way, I don't like referring to him as Trump.
Yes.
And I tend to be quite careful. He is President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
In the United States, of course, once president, you're always president. And I do think we should refer to them as President Trump. That's just a little funny thing with me. And I like to accord people that level of courtesy and respect.
I would agree with you, Dr. Rod. I think one of the challenges that I find is having followed him for so long and him being Trump, like I've followed his career for a very long time.
Yes, yes, of course.
And yes, you are right. And thank you for correcting. Yes, we should show honor where honor is due. He held that position, so he has the right to that title. It's very difficult because, to me, he's Trump. And
everyone calls him
that
Trump.
Happened
that's
to
true.
be.
That's right. Absolutely.
He's Trump that happened to have a bit of a fun time for 4 years in the White House, kind of, running amok. But as you said, he did get some good results and did do some good things. So yes, you are correct on that.
He actually did a lot more in office than most presidents before him.
Yep.
In terms of getting policy through, and that he probably doesn't receive enough recognition for that. But nevertheless, the statement that he made is it's okay to think it, but I would never recommend to a leader that they actually say something like that, because I think that deflates people's confidence in them as a leader. Well, if we work hard and things go right, the leader's going to take all the credit, and if we work hard and things go wrong, we're going to get all the blame.
Yeah.
And that's not good for people.
Yeah. I'm as you're saying, I'm trying to remember who it was, but there was the name has escaped me. I've got it written down somewhere because it's going to be a story that I share and probably something that I create on social media. But there was a captain or a coach of a sporting team, and I can't even remember who it was, that they were notoriously known for whenever the team won, it was always about the team. It was always the team did great, they got good results, they worked together, they followed the plan, but every time they They always put it on themselves and they said, yep, I didn't lead the team properly today. It was my fault. It was wrong strategy. It was wrong, and I think that we as leaders, like you said, we need to protect our team. We need to take the brunt. Now, this doesn't mean we don't hold our team accountable. We still hold them accountable for making mistakes, etc. But I think we need to stand up, and when we win, we've got to remember it's because of the team that they've won. When we lose, we have to take ownership. We have to protect them on an outwardly basis. Like I said, we do still need to hold them accountable. Like we're not saying that people skate by without any consequences. There's still consequences. But if we win, it's because of the team. If we lose, we need to take our responsibility, stand up, and protect the team. Because, well, let's be honest, no matter how good we are, we couldn't do it without the team. No matter how good we are, and no matter how bad the team is perceived to be, we still couldn't have done it without their help. And so if we won, it's because of the team. If we lose, we do need to take accountability. We as leaders, the buck stops with us. If it failed because we allowed something to happen. And then in private, we have conversations with the team. Hey, that was an excerpt from our On the Cube Leadership podcast. If your leadership has been challenged, helped, or you've gotten a new revelation around your leadership, give it a thumbs up and we'd love to hear your comments below. And hey, if you want to see more content like this, check out our channel and consider subscribing.